Hello everyone and welcome back to another Anime Villainous Tournament ARC 2026 matchup. Today we are going to have our third round 2 game between Ezzy and Oscape, as you can see at the top right of the bracket here. Whoever wins this one will be going on to face D. Gessner in the semifinals, and will be our penultimate round 2 match. There's only one more to go after this one. So let's get right into it and see how it plays out. All right, and so here we are with the next round 2 game between Oscape and Ezzy. I meant to ask Oscape if it's Oscape or Oscape. I think it's Oscape. We'll see. Either way, Oscape has won the dice rolls, so he will be going first. Ezzy, also known as Hati in TTS, will be the secondary player, and Oscape is immediately going to ban Sebastian. A lot of Sebastian bans. Was there a lot of Sebastian in qualifiers? I need to go look at those statistics. So many people afraid of Sebastian. Terrified of this heck of a butler over here. And then Ezzy took a little bit longer to think about it, but is going to ban Ainz. I think that Oscape was playing a good bit of Ainz in qualifiers. Did Oscape play Ainz? Yeah, didn't Oscape win? That was the game where there were 2 Ainz wins, right? Right? Words? In round 1, I believe. It's going to be Loxus into Crollo, with Crollo going first. Okay. Not sure who this matchup particularly favors. I want to say Loxus, because he can really start to exert fate pressure in that mid and late game where Crollo's trying to cinch the game. But Crollo going first gives a decent bit of advantage on that end, I think. So, I mean, I could see this matchup going either way. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a fairly 50-50 matchup, to be honest. But we are going to have Oscape as Crollo going first. Crollo can have some really strong... no mulligan from Ezzy is very interesting. Gonna see straight to Outskirts, big discard, didn't have a good starting hand, so didn't go to Underground Auction first. And then Cortopia with no target is quite unfortunate. Frame 1 Natsu, though, is pretty great. Pretty good. Slap him right on top of that top fate. And that'll put the resolve up to 5. If anyone remembers to move the resolve up. There we go. And that'll be Oscape's turn. We're over to Ezzy, who's going to go to Outskirts in Fate. Justice and Melody, so that's really going to play Melody here? I'd probably take the... Well, I guess you don't want to get hit with the Fate again, but I'd probably take the Justice there. It's going to be a big issue. And then we're going to see a Frame 1 Lightning Body wanting to immediately follow with another Fate. What is Oscape going to do here? Going to go to Hideout, so must not have an easy Melody kill set and ready to go. Knowing that a Lightning Body into the top Fate is most likely going to happen, I'd probably be looking at killing Melody here one way or another, either via clashing or something else, but... I think the only 0-cost card Crollo has to play... Oh, it looks like his hand sucks again. That's unfortunate. We see that he definitely has Hisoka in hand there. Had Uvigan. Huh, really strange choice, because now Uvigan's at risk of getting discarded. I would have gone to Yorknew and played Uvigan into killing Melody, at least. Yeah, because there's Gone, so... Not an incredible call, I'd say. You gotta play Gone to the top Fate and kill Uvigan here. I don't know about that. Bonolanov or like any ally in general they can go to Outskirts. We're going to see a big discard and throwing out a Soul Doll with the play a card. Going to Underground Auction here instead of trying to get like a Yorknew kill. I mean, even if you don't immediately have the way to kill Gone, you could move Uvigan in. Well, you're going to clash Melody at least, which is nice, I guess. Yeah, fair enough. Not a bad turn by any means. We are going to see Ezzy go to Magnolia Streets here, build up some power. He did a lot of early fading there, so Loxus wants to get that early power to be able to afford getting the Ecriture out, all 3 of the allies. Thought Projection only costs 1, but you still got to make it hit the board. Throwing out a Gloating to get some draw going. We might not see a Fate from Oscape here, especially with Gloating out. I could see like a Yorknew turn. We're actually going to see a Hideout turn. Must not have had a Lumi or Bonolanov. Either of those would have allowed the easy Gone kill here. I mean, Hatred is in play, but you can't leave Gone sitting at Outskirts for very long here. It's not going to go well. playing Shizuku and not using her. I'm not a getting Requiem out is really good. I'm not a huge fan of how Oscape is playing this right now. Will he not be punished? There's Kurapika. I was gonna say if Silva showed up, then it would have been worth not moving Shizuku, but I really would have gotten a Shizuku move going there. He's gonna give up Shizuku just to kill Gon. We're gonna see a Stone Gaze on Natsu, so very easy to open up Guildhall here while at Guildhall. You're gonna see a Yorknew turn. Oscape just does not want to do any fading. Kaluto on Kurapika is really good. And then not going to take the Gon kill, just going to get rid of Kurapika with Uvigan immediately, which I think is probably the right call. Probably what you're going to want to do is try and get Kaluto attached or out at skirts so that you can just clash Gon. It'll be pretty worthwhile. Lightning Dragon Roar on the Stone-Gazed Natsu. Not something you love to see. Does gain one and draw while at the discard for it, though, which is nice. Building up a lot of early power, but still has a lot of power to spin. The Rogue Limb on Uvigan is very unfortunate here. Easy to clash while at Underground Auction, though. I could honestly see going to Underground, clashing Uvigan, and moving Kaluto into Gon, especially because Silva could show up here. I wouldn't hate it. But Oscape has got to start making some major progress or start getting some major fate pressure on one or the other. Scarlet Eyes is a great get. Might not even... Yeah, I was about to say, might not... I still don't understand why Shizuku wasn't moved earlier. Moving to Scarlet Eyes, interesting. Is he planning to just leave Gon there the whole game so that he can't be replayed via reshuffle or by... There's the Dark Ecriture. By reshuffle or, Hatred? Yeah, there's Silva, which is going to kill Kaluto, unfortunately. Probably an Outskirts discard move Shizuku to Underground Auction turn here. I'm going to move the Scarlet Eyes instead, which is fair. We know that he has, I don't think we saw a discard, we know he has Hisoka in hand ready to go, and all the allied discarders are out now. Urza and Mira Jane here. Yeah, with the Dragon Force in the discard, I don't know. I don't know if Urza or Mira is better here. Honestly, I think either or is fine. We know at least one Stone Gaze is passed. But if there's still two Stone Gazes in rotation, probably better to go with Urza overall. We're going to see Bixlow thrown out. Evergreen actually is going to go first and put the -1 on Urza. Very unfortunate for Ezzy not to have Freed here to get a bunch of Freed triggers on all of these initial plays. That'll be Ezzy's turn. Oscape is going to go to Hideout and get a huge draw with Finks. Probably going to be seeing Hisoka here, because he's getting close to a reshuffle. Is my mic on? It is. Okay, good. Greed Island to take out a specific one of these last 5 cards. What is this second play a card going to be? It's going to be Franklin, which is going to be a third play a card. Getting out Stolen Ability, really good time for that. And then a bit of discarding. We're going to see Ezzy go over to Outskirts and go straight for the Fate first. What do we got? Zeno and Judgment Chain. The only really good spot for Zeno is probably just going to be Underground Auction, to be honest. I mean, you could Judgment Chain. I'm not sure you're really going to get a whole lot out of it, to be honest, in this situation. You could move, like, Finks back 1 or even 2 and move Scarlet Eyes if you only move them back 1. It's going to be Zeno onto Yorknew. And this is definitely going to be a Stolen Ability trigger. So I imagine Krollo is going to gain 2 and then use the gain 2 to just gain 1 and then replay. Yeah, and then replay Stolen Ability. When you're this low on power, that's kind of what you want to do with it. And it is going to be into a play a card for Pakunoda to attach Franklin. Franklin instead of Shizuku? When you have Gon sitting here? Then a bit of discarding, followed by a Fate, and the Fate will be Gray and Lucy and Loki. I'd probably cover Cardia here. Pretty easy and decent Cardia turn here. We could also see the Lightning Dragon Roar at Guildhall, but... yeah. If you're not going to cover Cardia, I think Guildhall is probably the best option, but I don't love it. Because if he has Thought Projection in hand, now he has a really easy Thought Projection turn. He's actually going to go to Magnolia Streets. Was it just another Lightning Dragon Roar? We're going to see a Stone Gaze on Lucy and Loki. And then Freed's going to get out. We will see... we will see Blacksteel Godgeel. TTS eating that Stone Gaze. So it's going to bring that back down by 2. Trigger the double Soul Doll. The Soul Doll timing has been very good for Ezzy in this match thus far. That was a Stone Gaze into Freed, so I think that's all, unless he's going to discard some, and he is. This is going to trigger Stolen Ability again. It's looking pretty good for Loxus right now. We're going to see Franklin thrown down here and use the play a card to get a Lumi out. I'd hit Zeno or Gone here, to be honest. Gain 3, and then we got 2 play cards. What are we going to see? A lot of allies lining up here really quick. We are going to see Hisoka. Potentially getting Kaluto back here. We haven't seen Shalnark yet. Kind of surprised we're not seeing some Shalnark plays to get Shizuku moving. Because trying to, like, push the in-game here could go really well. So this is a very good setup for killing Silva and Zeno on the same turn. Go to York New, trigger a Lumi on Zeno. Or if you have Phantom Troop, even better. A Phantom Troop play, like go here, Scarlet Eyes, Phantom Troop, get the eyes again, Pakunoda, Lumi, and Hisoka. Hisoka won't do anything in this situation, but this would be an insanely strong Phantom Troop turn, and get to do the Vanquish on Silva for free. Very, very strong turn at York New, assuming Oscape has Phantom Troop. Is Ezzy deciding about going to Outskirts or Cardia? You can get another Fate here without reshuffling, and then that means you'll have Silva probably in the reshuffle, so Fating here isn't the worst idea. We're going to see a Lightning Body thrown out. A Hatred is probably going to replay Kurapika. I could also see it replaying... oh, what is Gray doing there? How did that happen? 13, 14, 15. Okay, yeah, that's correct. How did that happen? It is going to be Kurapika. Killua might be this last card. And then he's going to also sit at Outskirts. You can still get the Phantom... No, he's actually going to go to Hideout. You can still get the Phantom Troop turn here even with Kurapika out. You're just going to leave with, like, decently less power. Is going to gain 1 from Stolen Ability as well. I'm going to go to Outskirts, actually, and just trigger Outskirts to do a move. Is going to choose to move a Lumi. Really wants to be seeing Shalnark soon. That last card must be Shalnark. We've gone through a whole deck shuffle. Juvia and We Are Fairy Tale. Probably just throw Juvia on Cardia or something. It's a bit of a weak fate. A little unfortunate. Really wanted to see Mystigan or Happy there. Either or would have been really good. And Ezzy is going to go take another Guildhall Fate turn with this. As he's figuring out what this last card is. I think it might be Killua. Or is it another Crush the Spider? Have we seen both of those? I think we saw both Judgment Chains. Oh, it's Neon, actually. So Neon, he's gonna give the easy Neon kill at Outskirts, but turning off Krolo's ability for 2 turns in exchange, which is really rough for Oscape, actually. In this situation, he really wants to have his ability. Well, actually, Stolen Ability is going to trigger. We're going to see Thought Projection thrown down. Stolen Ability triggering here will get him to 2, so he could still take the... well, he moved a Lumi out of the way now, unfortunately. So he can't do the easy Silva kill into Zeno turn. But he is at 2 power, so there are some things he can do here. It's just very, like, 2 turns basically guaranteed without your ability as Krolo is rough. Oh, he's actually going to stay at 1 power and play out a different scheme here. What scheme is it? It's going to be Spider's Head. We will see him go over to the gain 3, so all he's going to be able to do here is play a card, unless he does Phantom Troop. Yeah, there's the Phantom Troop. So he's going to get Finks, Franklin, and Illumi all to trigger here. So he gets another play a card. He gets a big draw discard. He's going to do the play a card first, which is going to Shalnark in Shizuku, and then presumably move Shalnark over. I'm actually going to move the Scarlet Eyes over. I don't love doing that because Shalnark doesn't have any targets right now. He does get the -1 on Zeno from Illumi, and then he gets Finks' ability. I definitely would have moved Shalnark over instead. Moving Scarlet Eyes over does mean you have another of the 8 cards necessary at Hideout, but in exchange, Shalnark has no target. We're going to see a Cardia Cathedral turn from Ezzy here. Ezzy definitely wants to try and rush right now, because Crollo is getting a little close. You might have just heard a sound effect, a Windows sound effect. That was me. Don't worry about that. I had a video that took like an hour and a half to render, and we had to start this game, but it only had like 10 minutes left to render, and I refused not to let it finish. Juvia dies here to a Vanquish from Evergreen, or Urza dies and Juvia sacrifices herself, one or the other. We're going to see a Stone Gaze on Godjeel, and then replaying Evergreen, which is going to trigger Spider's Head, probably put back out to Stolen Ability here. It's going to move Hisoka over. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it is going to replay Stolen Ability. Stolen Ability will trigger at the end of this turn, which means that Oscape will be at 1 power. Yeah, I really wish that he had moved Shalnark instead, because then you could have the move Shalnark. Well, no, you can't because Neon is here. You have to go to Outskirts this next turn to kill Neon, but the turn after, you'd have the Shalnark set up to yank it. We're going to see Mystigan grabbed here. And Ezzy still has 3 more hero plays to do. But we're at a reshuffle, so we could see Natsu coming up. Is that last card? Is that last card Happy? Did he discard Happy with a Freed and I missed it? Really good news for Oscape if he can snag Happy here. Oh, it's Levy, actually. I guess I missed when Happy went by. A little unfortunate for Oscape, but it is what it is. Did he pull it in earlier Fate when there was no target? I don't remember. Neon's going to die here. Really hoping not to see her on a reshuffle. Reshuffling Neon here could actually be really destructive. Or Justice. Double Judgment Chain. Probably just going to like move Finks and Franklin, I would guess, to York New here is probably what I would do. Moving Shalnark is also good. Yeah, so then I'd probably move... Probably Franklin. I'd probably move Franklin out 1 here. He's going to move Shizuku, actually. I don't love moving Shizuku here, because now he's got the move action at his bottom fade again to move all the others. We're going to see a Biding Time. And Stolen Ability is going to trigger again here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Spider's Head come back out from the Stolen Ability, but it looks like he's just going to keep the Stolen Ability out, which is also fair. Won't change. Nope, changing his mind. I was about to say 2 power is all he really needs right now. It is going to be Spider's Head. This is going to be very interesting to see if Oscape... I'm worried with Justice coming up. Oscape is going to try his best to just hit the... Oh, he is going to do the big kill on Silva. That does mean there's a really good Hatred target now, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But he gets Cortopi and he gets to Clash Zeno here. You probably take Shalnark here. Shizuku might be better, actually, because you don't have a target for Shalnark here right now. But I was thinking you go here next turn, use Shizuku to move someone into Shalnark range while he's attached. We're going to see a Stone Gaze on Levy, and then a Vanquish on Urza from Evergreen here. This is going to be a close game. It's going to trigger Spider's Head again. Yeah, also you had Spider's Head, so Shalnark instead of Shizuku would be really good right now. Gonna move over the Greed Island and then play back out Stolen Ability. Evergreen's gonna kill Levy. It's gonna be a double. The Soul Doll timing has been really good for Ezzy this game. Does get Natsu, so still needs more hero plays, but that means Natsu isn't being played to Cardia or Guildhall. A Natsu to Cardia would really slow Ezzy down right now. He needs 3 more hero plays still. And then 4 kills, obviously. Gets 1 from Stolen Ability, and then good Underground Auction turn. Ooh, the Cortopi into Shalnark. Very, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Hisoka is there to guarantee a Phantom Troop pull. Ooh, boy, this is turned around for Oscape a lot really quickly. And then 5 strength Godjiel onto Guildhall. Ooh, this has gone insanely. That Spider's Head. Great use of Spider's Head by Oscape. Incredible good use of Spider's Head by Oscape. So, I don't think there's anything that can stop Showdown here. Judgment Chain? No, with Shalnark and Shizuku both attached, I think this... Ooh, man. This is looking like game right here for Oscape. Very, very well played Crollo. I wasn't really seeing the vision in the mid-game here, but... Oh, and he's going to throw out a 2-cost Spider Limb as well to add Cortopian, which really stops, like, Judgment Chain from stopping this at all. He doesn't have Phaeton or anything, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to kill Gon immediately. He'll easily be able to take out Kropica some way or another, I think. It's going to be Neon and Leorio. It's probably just throw out Neon just to have her as a body somewhere, because Leorio is not stopping anything. Oh, if both of the Phantom Troops are in the discard, Neon actually stops Showdown this turn if he doesn't have Phantom Troop in hand, because he can't Finks or Hisoka for it. If that's the case, you probably go to York New and have Kaluto kill Neon. And we are going to see a Lightning Body here, actually. He gains 1 from Stolen Ability. Could also just see an Outskirts turn. He goes to Hideout if he has it. Must not have it. Gonna play Uvigin, move Uvigin, and get the free kill on Neon. So, barring a Hatred here, which we are going to see the Fate from Ezzy. I think Ezzy has used Lightning Body a little too much in this game. Killua and Justice, so that's going to be Showdown for sure. You just throw out Killua probably to York New here, maybe to Outskirts. But Uvigin is right there, and he's going to get moved by Shizuku for sure. Oscape, if Oscape has Bloodbath... Yeah, if Oscape has Bloodbath and Phantom Troop, which he's got a Hisoka pull to pull one or the other, or Nobunaga to play Bloodbath, I'm not sure he's going to be able to win in one, because it's a 5-4-4, it's all of the strongest dudes. He gains 1 from the Stolen Ability, and then he's going to go to Hideout. He's going to trigger Hisoka. Yeah, this is definitely Oscape's game. I don't see how he could lose it at this point. He's going to do the Bloodbath first, actually, and all these guys are getting dropped here anyway, so he can just drop all of them to kill Kropica. Very smart to Bloodbath first here. So you keep all of these guys, you keep all of your pieces and kill Kropica, then you just do Phantom Troop for 1. This is going to take a minute. He is going to have an Uvigin play a card. Okay, Butter, thank you, Butter, for showing what cards are triggered and which ones aren't. So it's a Lumi. He's done Scarlet Eyes, Shizuku, and a Lumi here. He could get a kill on Killua using Franklin to play... What's his face? He's going to Hisoka here. Franklin to play Bloodbath. I don't think he's going to be able to kill Gon this turn. I don't see how he could play Gon this turn, or kill Gon this turn. But he has it on board. Easy York New move into a kill. Ezzy is going to get to do a Fate. I think that Ezzy made a bit of a mistake with using Lightning Body and just focusing on fading so much early, because Oscape kind of just focused objective, and I think Ezzy got good Fates on Oscape as well. Good, well-timed Fates. Outskirts has been covered the whole game. Underground was covered for a lot of the game. But Oscape just kept focusing on objective progress. We're going to see the Finks for a big draw discard. And then trigger Greed Island to pick whatever card you want. Probably another Bloodbath or some such. The more murder, the better. Has not used Franklin or Pakinoda yet. You probably Pakinoda on Hisoka so that you can use him for an easy Bloodbath kill. Because he'll kill anyone that isn't Kropica. Gonna attach a Lumi, actually, to do a -1 instead. That's also fair. Then we're going to see the Bloodbath. Uvigin is going to kill Killua. And with a Lumi attached, it's as easy as moving to York. I mean, Kaluto is there to move in as well. So this is super game setup on board. I think that Ezzy needed to rush more in the early game, but Ezzy kind of tunnel visioned on using Lightning Body to get more Fate pressure, but that set back Ezzy so much in making progress that it kind of screwed him over a little bit. He was way too far behind as a result. Because he still has 2 more hero plays. No, he still has 3 more hero plays. We're going to see a Hatred into Silva to kill Uvigan. Well, now Oscape can go to Outskirts and get a kill on Silva just by clashing while fading. We're going to see a biding time. And Stolen Ability isn't actually going to trigger here. Not sure what card it was. Might have been Lightning Dragon Roar to be able to uncover the top 8, or Thunder Legion would do it here. We are going to see the Outskirts. Put that -1 on Silva to clash him. And that's once again going to be, well, is it game on board? It's probably game on board. Juvia and Lucy and Loki. Just going to put Lucy and Loki on the top fate. You want to throw everyone on the top fate at this point because you just need to hold it down long enough to not get faded into being able to kill Gon. Needs something. Needs Bana, Lanov, or Machi. Play Machi to Kaluto, then move over Kaluto to kill Gon here. And there is no fate here. It was Thunder Legion. So that's going to kill Gajeel. We're going to see, Fairy Law and Happy discard there. Going to throw out a Soul Doll. Then Evergreen is going to kill Gajeel, presumably. Going to put a -1 on Lucy and Loki. And then, Vanquish and then kill... Yeah, that makes sense. So that goes down to 5. Then you move Thought Projection. That plays out Evergreen. And that'll kill Gajeel. Gonna get a Soul Doll first, so the Soul Doll triggers on the Stone Gaze. And then gets Mira. I think he's still short 1 hero play. Even if he could somehow chuck all of this down. Yeah. And then we're gonna see it's gonna be Bonolov into the Vanquish. And then that is a very, very clean win for Oscape. It did seem like Loxus got some of his pieces a little late there. I think that there were at least 2, if not 3 turns where Ezzy took his turn to play Lightning Body to go take his top fate and then play another card. I think that those in the long run really hurt him because he hit just, I don't think he had any really bad fates on Oscape there. I think that he just focused so much on fading and so little on moving his own objective there that Oscape was able to play on focusing, especially with the spider head stuff instead of Stolen Ability, even when he was fairly low on power. Really, really worked out for him for rushing ahead as Crollo while as he fell a little bit behind as Loxus. And that game really wasn't that close. I'm not sure if it would have... Oscape might have won either way, obviously, but Ezzy definitely would have at least been closer than he was because he had 3 heroes on board that he had to kill, and I think he still had to play 1 more hero. We're going to see a Cell ban from... Did Ezzy just ban Cell? Oscape play much Cell? I don't know. Not banning Ainz. Maybe he's... And we're going to see the Sebastian ban. Maybe he's trying to lure Oscape into playing Ainz, and he has a strong counter pick planned. Potentially. Oscape is going to pick here, and then Ezzy will get to counter pick. And it will be Ainz, which is unsurprising since Ainz wasn't banned. I think that Ainz is Oscape's #1 villain. It's going to be Yaldabaoth. I think this is our first Yaldabaoth game. Yaldabaoth has been getting banned quite a bit this year. But honestly, Yaldabaoth, more so than the average villain, loves going first. Yaldabaoth might be the villain that loves going first the most. Because getting to go to the far right, the gain 2, play, discard, fate, uncovered, is insanely good for Yaldabaoth. So with Yaldabaoth going first, this might be a little in his favor. I think that Ainz doesn't mind this matchup too much because Yaldabaoth takes a really long time to get going, and the longer the game goes, the easier it is for Ainz to win because Ainz just gets more pieces on board, which means Lord of Nazarick and Sorcerer King, the plans that give 2 renown for 20 strength of allies, and the plan that gives 3 renown for 13 cards in play, are a lot more likely to be hit at some point. So I'm not super sure about this counter pick, but Yaldabaoth going first is always really strong. Not going to get a hero on the first fate, which is quite unlucky for Ezzy. What our Lord meant to say is going to be annoying later, but an Ainz with 1 power getting to go to Riestai's turn 1. We're going to see a discard. He's keeping a separate discard for allies, which is very fair. It's a very common thing to do. We're going to see Baharuth anyway, even though Riestai's is open as an option. Interesting. And then we're going to see Fox and all-out attack. And then I was about to say, I wonder if we're going to see him cover Palaces, knowing that Ezzy really likes to Fate, and Oscape knows that Ainz does not like early Fate pressure. I think that was the right call, because like there was no way to uncover that. So now Oscape is guaranteed his Riestai's turn to try and cover Prison of Regression. But he's actually not going to. He's just going to go straight to Nazarick and trigger Cast Shot, presumably for Staff. Or it could be Teleport. It is going to be Staff, yeah. You want Staff first and foremost. And early, this is 6 cards in Staff for Ainz. Very, very good. Then we're just going to see a discard and a turn in. Giving Ezzy another open Prison of Regression turn as a result. We are going to see Frost Dragons, which is going to get rid of that 2 strength. And playing it at Baharuth stops the potential greater teleport play if he has it in hand. You could have played, I probably would have played him to Riestai's still. Covered Riestai's, because then he still wouldn't have had the power at Baharuth. This does stop him from fading and gaining power in the same turn, though. We are just going to see him go to Riestai's and do a quick discard and then Fate. Well, it's going to be Sinful Shell to take away 2 power here. Bit of an unlucky Fate, very weak. And now Ezzy is going to get to open up Palaces using Akechi, the early Akechi. Well, not even that early release, like halfway through the deck. And then Justine and Caroline are safe to play because Lavenza Restored is passed. Adventuring Parties, going to go on to Nazarick. Block that discard double play. And then what are we going to see from Oscape here? He has the Staff for cheap plays. Doesn't seem to have Teleport. Or is still wanting to save Teleport potentially for playing it at Baharuth. No, he does have Teleport and he's going to play it and then just warp into gaining 2 because he is desperate for power right now. And the power sucker is already out. Unexpected defeat in Riestai's Knights. Riestai's is going to cover Riestai's Kingdom. Very fitting. Take away that top fate, and then we'll see Compendium thrown out, putting it at Palaces, which is cringe and lame. And then just a lot of discarding, as Yaldabaoth does. You'll see Oscape go over to Baharuth, and we'll see another Cash Shop item thrown down, followed by a Fate. Gonna get Panther onto Akechi here is pretty good. Akechi will still have just enough strength to kill Panther, but it means that all he's good for is, and Imposter especially makes it so, but it means that Akechi is basically breathed his last. And as he is going to go ahead and take that one more Vanquish with Akechi and then move him over. Followed up with a Fate, which is going to get Mind Control and 8 Fingers. Yeah, so very covered Ainz. This is Ainz's worst scenario to be in, especially with Riestai's Knights. Like a double Death Knight play here could really do some stuff for Oscape, but also his hand size is being reduced by Adventurer Parties. He can't kill 8 Fingers here because he has to kill the Riestai's Knights first. It is going to be Irantel, and he's just going to play Albedo and then teleport to Nazarick. Ooh. Got a good amount of power now, though, and can definitely get some grass parts going. As he's going to go back to prison and just continue this Fate onslaught. Going to hit Jerkneve and PDL here. Better to play Jerkneve because neither of them are going to have their abilities trigger here. It's better to have Platinum Dragonlord for later. He's going to double cover Baharuth here and then throw out an Imposter. What are we going to see from Oscape here? Does he have a Grass Part yet? He can Cash Shop a Grass Part if he needs to. He really needs to kill the Riestai's Knight so he can get rid of Adventuring Parties. It's going to be Noir and Wildcard. I would cover Mementos and kill Agathion. Because I think the best option here, Noir is still too strong for Akechi. I think the best option here is you're already covered in Fates anyway. We're going to see Death Knight into Aura. The best thing to do here is to not really worry about getting Fated more, because the more and more that Ezzy just does Fates, and we're going to see a Cerberus play into killing Noir there. The more and more Ezzy does Fates here, Ooh, Slain here really sucks. Because that's going to put Albedo at Irantel, probably forever. Yeah, putting Albedo there is rough. But I think the way you win this is just by slowly but surely playing out more and more cards as Eins, and then rushing the in-game faster than Yaldabaoth does. We're going to see a cash shop item trigger here. Would be a little less than ideal. Now, the real problem here is Eins is you do have to start killing some people, so you get cards in the deck that aren't just the ally discarders, the unexpected defeat, because you don't want your opponent to be able to start just spamming unexpected defeat. And it will be Grass Part into Reastize. And then you have a teleport potentially into another play-a card. It is going to go all the way over to Reastize with it. And play Mare for 1. And Adventuring Parties is really making Oscape struggle. Gonna multi-fate Blue Roses. I wonder why you'd multi-fate there. And then just throw out Meet with Ruin. Discard the other copy. And that'll be that turn. What do we got here, Oscape? Going over to Nazarick, which is obviously Meet with Ruin triggers no matter what here. Going to Nazarick instead of going to Baharuth here. I wonder why. What's he going to play? Maybe going to play Momon and Clash Adventuring Parties. I could see that as a good reason to go to Nazarick here. Because he really wants to be drawing 4 cards again. As he picks his card, and then we're back over to Oscape. I'm going to play Sebis. Gain 3, pay 1 for Sebis, and then immediately have Sebis kill Adventuring Parties. And then another Grasp. Cocoidus. Cocoidus making it where Frost Dragons can die to a Death Knight and Jerkneve can die to a Momon. Very good. And then we're going to see Ezzy go over to Mementos, build up a little more power, throw out Suki. Probably going to have another ally play here, I imagine. Skull is the only ally discarder left, I believe, so. Interested that you wouldn't just stack Mementos here, because if you want him to go anywhere... Oh, we're going to see a Fuse, actually. Makes sense. Just to play Obyron, because that does gain more power thanks to Justine, and also it was a... Obyron shuffles back in a Akechi. I don't see why you'd move Obyron here, because now Skull can cover Palaces and also kill Obyron. Did Skull... Maybe Skull already passed and I missed it. I thought we hadn't seen Skull yet. We are going to see Oscape go to Baharuth here. Hit him with a Fate. Ooh, Life will change an all-out attack. Not been good Fate order for Oscape thus far. It's the second time he's had a Fate that's done little to nothing. Are we going to see a Momon Clash here? A Momon Clash into a Jerkneve would be great here. I would kill Jerkneve before I killed the dragons. I'd really want to see I'd want the Frost Dragons to be out of the reshuffle more than Jerkneve. It's actually going to be a Grass Part to kill Jerkneve. Fair enough. And that'll be that turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 cards out, but still building up some cards. As he's going to go over to Prison and gain 2 and throw out Caroline. So both of the children are here now. Is it Skull, Joker, Queen, Mona, and another card are all still left in here? Gonna see Reastize thrown down at Nazarick. That's easily solved with Pandora's Actor to get back Sebis. I think both Grass Parts have passed now. Or just a Momon play here would also do it. What is it going to be? It's going to be a Death Knight into the Pleiades. Fair enough. And then that'll just be the turn, just getting more pieces on the board. And we are going to see a Velvet Room turn here. I hate the way Ezzy spreads out the Velvet items. He's going to fuse something first before using Compendium, which would make sense. It does have Life will Change out, so he's going to have to pay one for... This is for just moving an ally, right? Yeah, so if he triggers Nagaraja here, he has to pay for it. So he's actually not going to trigger Nagaraja. He's just going to get Kamoshida out. And he gets a power and a strength because of Caroline and Justine. And then we'll see the big activate to throw out a bunch of allies. This is going to be one of the very rare times where Life will Change actually, like, matters a little bit. I could see him using the Kopatengu move here, not on Kamoshida, but using it to get rid of Life will Change instead. So not gonna be as weak as it typically is. Yeah, it's gonna move Nagaraja, and he pays one for it, and that gets rid of Life will Change. Then he throws out everyone else. You see a Baryon to put back in Okumura. Okumura is one of the easiest ones to go for. Then fusing Pixie and Agathion. No, Agathion and Rongda for Madarame. Madarame is going to steal that +1 from Kamoshida as well. He gets one from Agathion, one from Kamoshida, and one from Caroline. And then another power back. And we're going to see the Rongda trigger to put back in Shido. And that will be Ezzy's turn. So very setup board. And an 8 strength Madarame, but 5 strength Kamoshida, not 0, but no bonuses. We're going to see going to Irantel to have the Death Knight just get Riestize out of here. And then Momon. Finally Momon into killing 8 fingers, which will also get out of plan. And it's going to be Sorcerer King. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty far off. Unlikely to see that trigger. I think PDL will come back around before that can happen. Not really what he wanted to see right now. Would have much preferred seeing that towards the bottom of the deck, but it is what it is. Getting Sorcerer King, like, in the top 5 could honestly be not a game decider, but it's going to make it a lot harder for Oscape. Especially with how this board state is going. We're going to see Ezzy go to Palaces and do a Fate, and he's going to get Jerkneave. He's going to just keep holding Baharuth locked down. He doesn't want that move teleport tech opened up. We could see another Momon into Jerkneave clash, or Momon into Frost Dragon. I think we haven't seen the other Momon yet. We're going to see a fuse with Pixie and someone else. I don't know who it was. I think Nagaraja was here a second ago, so it's probably going to be Nagaraja. Gains 2 from Pixie Justine. Akechi gets +1 from Caroline. And then, yeah, it was Nagaraja, so it moved Kamoshida. And then he uses the normal move action to move Akechi. He wants Madarame to take the +1 from Akechi. And then spending 2 on Holy Grail, even though there's, like, no target for it right now. As long as he's not going back to whatchamacallit anytime soon, he may as well. Honestly, Mona to immediately get rid of the Grail and put him at Palaces, I would do it. But it's going to be Skull to Prison to kill Cerberus. I think I would have done Mona and get rid of the Holy Grail, because covering Prison doesn't do as much when he has Holy Grail, giving him more power. We are going to see the Momon into Jerkneave kill, which is going to get the Golden Princess. Really, really bad plans off the top for Oscape. Very unlucky. We are going to see Ezzy go to Mementos here and make sure to get that quick move in for Madarame so that he can steal that from Akechi. It's looking pretty good for Ezzy right now. We're going to see Oscape go over to Nazarick. Gains 3, and then already thinking about playing something for 1. What is it? Oh, I'm going to play Inner Monologue. Okay. Demiurge is still not on the board, I'm only just now realizing. Not that Demiurge would do much right now with there already being 2 plans out via Momon. He had the cards way up there when he was putting them on top and bottom is what happened there. He doesn't know how to do, like, the alt hold thing to put stuff under, I think. It's a pretty niche TTS feature. I think you hold alt and then you can slide it, or shift alt and then you can slide cards straight to the bottom of a deck. I think. I don't use it very much myself. The rest of QA uses it a lot, I'm pretty sure. He's going to throw out Lucky Guess, and does he want power, or does he want to try and hit Coincidental? It looks like he wants power because he's checking what allies are out, so you'd probably call Shido here. Or Kopatengu. I'd call Shido or Kopatengu. One or the other. Yeah, Shido. And we're going to see some discards, and that'll be it from Oscape here. Get a power from the Grail, and then we're going to see going to Palaces. Kopatengu is in play, actually, but even still, I probably would have picked him. We're going to see him just throw out a Gathion and move Kopatengu out for some reason. Why would you not move Madarame forward more here? Adventuring Party to Baharuth. There are no Momons coming up, so... Well, actually, no, that's just a free clash. Why would you do that? Cocoidus is there, so Ainz is at 1 strength. He can just kill him. We are going to see Meet with Ruin Trigger. That was guaranteed. We'll never know what that card was. We'll never know. What is Oscape going to play here? He's going to throw down a Time Magic at Baharuth. And then he gets Joker finally. So Joker's going to obviously sit at Prison because that's the best place to reduce objective progress and also stops Kamoshida from getting any extra gains there. And then Adventuring Parties gets clashed. We are going to go ahead and see the Velvet Room turn from Ezzy here. He definitely wants to rush his objective right now as much as he can. Oh, he's thinking of playing Rays of Control there. Could very easily kill Skull through Joker using, you see a Chaotic Ambition to move Kamoshida ahead. Yeah, and then he can activate out enough allies here if he has Cerberus to kill Skull so that Joker gets hit by the Rays. We're going to see the Okumura play, and Okumura is going to start killing people for strength. He's straight up to 3 immediately. And then we'll see the compendium. It'll be Pixie, Kopatengu, Agathion. Is Cerberus in there? I don't know, actually. Nagaraja, so no Cerberus. So I think that means that Skull is the one who's going to die to this Raise, guaranteed. Shido is not out yet, so we could end up seeing... We could end up seeing Ezzy using Kamoshida to kill Joker. Potentially. We could see Kopatengu move Kamoshida in, give Skull the +1. Kamoshida gets to 6, so Joker will get a -1 from the Rays of Control anyway. Oh, he's deciding not to raise and instead to play out all of his allies. Kopa's going to move Kamoshida. Give a +1 to Skull and himself. He's going to play enough allies into Joker to have Cerberus kill. We're going to see Chaotic reshuffled in with Obarian. Oh, he's actually just going to immediately have Cerberus and Kamoshida kill Joker. So yeah, he's just committing to playing Shido, I think, in that case. And then all of the rest of these trigger on being discarded. Nagaraja and Obarian for Kanashiro. Gets a power back. Kanashiro's ability can't trigger. And then gets a Nagaraja move, which will kill Kopatengu and put Okumura at 9. He's got to get the power to play Shido, though, unless he's going to move... I mean, there's Shido. Okay, he's going to do it this way. So that'll give 2 power with Lucky Guess. And he does just lose Kanashiro as a result, but he gets a bunch of power anyway. And Shido goes up to 10. So now he's got all the pieces he needs. He just has a lot of moving to do. We're going to see Oscape go over to Nazarick and throw down Death Knight and Pandora's Actor. And then Demiurge as well. Discard Shaltir. That'll be his turn. I don't think that Oscape is going to be able to go fast enough to make this up. But he is getting in a very good position. PDL? Not PDL. Red drop probably on the Time Magic Cocoitus. He's going to kill Aura, actually. Yeah. I think I prefer killing Cocoitus there. I mean, Pandora's Actor is out either way, but I don't dislike killing Aura instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The main thing there is that now Sorcerer King is very out of reach again. They're going to see playing Suki into using Suki and Rongda to kill Skull and just move Shido over. Oscape is going to go over to Baharuth. And he is going to give up Pandora. Oh, is it going to be Sebas just to get the kill on Frost Dragon so he can get Teleport going? He's finally opened up the gain 1 move in Baharuth, and he can immediately start moving in Greater Teleport for it. You definitely full fate here. All the good fates are in the discard. I don't remember what. I think this is Queen. It is Queen, and you're going to have to play her. Probably just have her cover Prison. Well, Akechi can't be used to kill her anytime soon, which is nice, but... Well, actually, all it takes is a Mementos and then a Greater Teleport play, and I probably... Honestly, I might have covered Mementos there just to take away discard actions. Or move actions, I mean. We're going to see the Prison turn. He wants to cover up Baharuth immediately. Is this PDL? I don't remember. No, it's Unexpected. Double Unexpected, so that means another Baharuth Teleport turn is going to happen. It is going to kill Mare, however, so Sorcerer King gets further and further away. I don't think that Oscape is going to be able to play this quickly enough to catch up, but I'm excited to see him try. He had the Chaotic Ambition in hand. I would have gone to Mementos this turn then and like moved Madarame first and done a quick double move. Gonna get a Cast Shop out, go to the Teleport. No hero, so that's going to be putting Joker on top with Wild Card. You could Lavenza's Restored, but Lavenza Restored isn't really doing anything here. The main thing is it takes away the power gain from Justine on fusing, but I don't think it really cares. What you really want to do is get Joker on top so you can try and have Joker block. But the problem is the Joker isn't strong enough anyway. The -1 is not going to stop Shido, Madarame, and Okumura in this board state. And we are going to see a teleport into Riastize. Yeah, thinking on it, I would have done Lavenza Restored and not worried about Joker, because Joker doesn't do anything for you here. You actually have to draw Panther. You need Panther and then hope you just pick up some all-out attacks along the way. But I mean, as long as Ezzy like takes Mementos turns, like if he just jumps between Mementos and Palaces, he'll probably be good to go. Calling Cerberus on the lucky guess. Cerberus and Kopatengu are the two most likely to show up. Joker doesn't stop it if they all get there, so we could very easily see a Velvet Room turn next turn, and between Nagaraja and Kopatengu, along with this move action here, I don't know if there's another Chaotic coming up or not, and there is right there. Yeah, we could just see Game, potentially. I think he's going to be short one move action, but he's going to put Game on board with this Velvet Room turn. And I'm not sure that fading every turn is going to be enough to stop it at this point. We're going to see Joker here, but Joker doesn't stop anything, so you have to pull Panther on the next fate. Interested that he is moving Madarame last. He's debating using Fox to take away a move action. He's going to figure out what's in his hand. Fox might be the better play. Fox to Prison and move Shido back. Or actually, Fox to Mementos and move Okumura back so that Akechi still can't be used, I think, is the better play. Yeah, probably Fox to Mementos and move back Okumura. I think it'll buy you more time than playing Joker to Prison is going to. But he is, in the end, he's just going to do Joker to Prison and then play Strategy Meeting. World Items instant triggers and gets rid of what our Lord meant to say, so he finally gets that out of the way. And he is still just going to go to Riastize and play another card, and it's going to be another Strategy Meeting. It's not impossible that Oscape could bring this back, but not with this plan ordering. This plan ordering has been bad. He's going to keep Birth of an Empire just because it's a good way to boost into Showdown, but he's not going to have time to do that. You have to take this Velvet Room turn here because you're at your reshuffle. And O'Brien is going to be one of the ones replayed because that will trigger the whatchamacallit. It'll trigger the reshuffle and make sure you keep Kopatengu and Nagaraja in your discard pile. What are we at on time? Not on time on the board, on my time. My stream starts in an hour, and I think we're going to get a game 3. So my stream might have to start a little late. But if it does, it does. So we're going to see Pixie, Kopatengu, Cerberus, and Nagaraja here. We're going to see Kopatengu to move in Okumura, and then I assume we're going to see Cerberus into... Oh, wait, he's not doing the Abiran reshuffle? He's going to play Kopatengu over here, actually. And move Madarame. I would move Okumura before Madarame at this point. You don't want Madarame stealing more. Or he's going to insta-kill Kopatengu. And get Okumura another one. Now use Cerberus with Shido and the Joker Vanquish. Trust. Cerberus is played, which is going to trigger Lucky Guess. Why are you playing Cerberus here over other thing? We're going to see an activate on Sai, which is going to reshuffle the deck. It's going to be Rongda. I wonder, why wouldn't you... Whatever. What got the move on Madarame there? Was it Nagaraja triggering? And it has enough power to play out a Raise of Control to kill Queen and weaken Joker. So this is game on board. Where did he get that extra move for Madarame? I thought he would still be short another move. Ah, whatever. We're going to see Panther here, so you hit Panther on Madarame, I think. No, because Madarame can recover. Yeah. You hit it on Shido. Why would you put it on Madarame? What was I thinking when I said that? That would be the losing play, you idiot. For some reason, I was just thinking because of how Madarame's ability works. I'm like, he'll be under and he'll take it from the other. But no, that's obviously stupid. You take it away from Shido here because it actually takes him out of Showdown. And then we are seeing the move into Teleport. And throwing out another Cast Shop. Yeah, he just has to keep teleporting to Reestize because he needs to like get a wild card on Panther here. And we are going to see another strategy meeting. You're not getting subjugation here. And I think 10,000 Year passed earlier, so no setup for 10,000 Year here either. The plans are not working out in Oscape's favor to get out of this, as much as he's trying. I mean, here you probably just go to Palaces, kill Queen, get a fade off, and then move Madarame in, have Madarame steal one from Okumura, and then you have game on board via... Oh, yeah, and I forgot Raze was out, so there's no chance of a wild card into Panther. It has to be one of the 2 copies of All Out Attack to save him here. And I actually think if Madarame moves in... No, I think Okumura getting hit by an All Out would take him out of it. I really don't understand why Cerberus is here. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. I don't get why he played Cerberus that one time instead of O'Brien to reshuffle and keep Kopatengu and Nagaraja in the Velvet Room shuffle. He's going to move Sai. And she hits, which is hilarious. But then she's going to lose one to Akechi being used here. Because it's either Sai or Akechi to get the kill on Queen. There's a world where he gets Sai over there and has Sai kill Joker. And then Shido, Okumura, and Madarame all hit 8 as a result, instead of going for a Gallows play. 8 Fingers is just going to go on Baharuth, so that's a normal clash, but it stops the Rope-a-Dope. But 2 Cast Shop items, unless both Grass Parts are in the discard, this 8 Fingers is dead to Grass Part. But that means, like, no progress really is being made for Oscape other than killing 8 Fingers. And he's still at 0 renown. Yeah, I don't see Ezzy losing this. It's possible, but I'd be quite shocked. Especially if we don't see a Grass Part here. It is going to be a grass part. Probably put Noir at Mementos and kill Cerberus. Although maybe Skull might be better. You might not even want to kill Cerberus, to be honest. He has, like, no power. Taking away the move while gaining 3 turns off a lot of his options to get game here. And then is just going to teleport all the way to Nazarick this time instead of Riestize. Oscape is going for trying to shift to making progress here really quick to try and win it out. That's another clashable adventuring parties. With Greater Teleporter to the far left, I probably would have put adventuring parties on Riestize, to be honest. That'll be Ezzy's turn. Oscape is going to go to Baharuth. Should probably see an all-out attack here. We're going to see Death Knight into paying for Shalt here. Oh my goodness. And there is an all-out, so you all-out here, and you hit Shido again probably, and Madarame. Going to hit Okumura, actually. So this will put Okumura down to 8 if Madarame moves in. Yeah, putting a -1 on Shido doesn't do a lot here because Shido has the and we're gonna see the bad Mementos turn here. This is not the time to be taking a Mementos turn. I think that Ezzy really screwed up by that turn that he played Cerberus instead of Obarion and doing the reshuffle shenanigans. I think if he had just played that turn better, he probably would have won by now. Because at this point, he can, if he gets lucky with Sai, he could have Sai be the third one and just have Shido kill Joker. Which is why I'm kind of surprised he's not going to Palaces and trying to move Sai and seeing if he does, in fact, get lucky or not. We're going to see an inner monologue from Oscape here. He's going back over to Nazarick, and then he's going to get to teleport after. Now with Shaltir out, we haven't seen Lord of Nazarick yet, so this is a 4-strength Pleiades. Shaltir makes 9, Cocoitus is 12, 16. Yeah, he's got it on board. If he can just actually get the plan to show up. We're going to see a strategy meeting here. Because Demiurge, he can't afford Demiurge right now. Really wants to see Lord of Nazarick. Really wants to reshuffle, honestly, into Lord of Nazarick again and world items and whatnot. We're going to see a lucky guess, actually, and it's going to be Rays of Control. What a long game this has been. And he's going to teleport back to Riestize, so he's got it set up to go to Baharuth and move it back in, and we're just going to see the big discard here. And that'll be his turn. Ezzy going to Palaces here instead of a Velvet Room turn. We're going to see the red drop. I'd hit Cocoitus at this point. It's worth about as much as hitting Shalt here. And he's going to throw out Meet with Ruin. Who are we moving here? Going to move Sai and see if you get lucky. He'd have to hit 2 more times with Sai to make her work here. Missed. Yeah, that's probably going to screw over that plan. Immediately going to give her up to killing Skull. And that'll be Ezzy's turn. So red drop cannot be easily killed here to be able to move Greater Teleport. Meet with Ruin triggers. We already saw these fates. It's going to be all out attack and wild card, which there's really no point in replaying Joker. Just get the -1 off of him. You play all out attack and you hit Okumura and Madarame again. Yeah, so now Okumura is only going to be at 7 once Madarame moves in, 6 counting Joker, and we are going to see a grass part into clashing red drop. Red drop gets the -3, and then you clash him after. As he is going to go take that Velvet Room turn now. It's not looking great for Ezzy. He was not able to cinch out the game when he was really ahead, and then thanks to greater teleport shenanigans, Oscape has managed to Fate Storm him in return. We're going to see Cerberus killed to give Okumura +2, or no, Shido +2 with Gallows, and then just throwing out imposters. So now Madarame can get back to 8 by stealing one from Shido, and Shido will still be at 8. But Madarame and Okumura will both be at 7. So we're going to see a chaotic. Are we going to move Madarame back and have him gain 1? And then still has 2 cards in hand to potentially play here. I still think Ezzy... Oh, and we're going to see Koputengu here. You might hear my dog barking. I hope not. But there's thunder happening outside, and my sister's dog, to be specific, is upset. So I apologize if you can hear that. What is wrong with that dog? We're going to see Nazarick from Mines here. That dog barks at the drop of a hat, man. I had to mute and tell him to hush up. What are we seeing at Nazarick? It was about to be Aura being played. The other lucky guess, are we going to take the 2 Renown here? Still just Raise. Might want the power instead. But no, he is going to... Why'd you even type out Raise again if you're going to coincidental it? That's funny. He's debating it heavily if he'd rather have the 8 or the 4 power to get... It would get him to 8 in this situation. I think I would take the Renown. Or he's going to choose Chaotic Ambition for the second one. Like, you got to get Renown to win eventually. We're going to see a Time Magic onto Baharuth to make sure that he can get that teleport Fate shenanigans going. This game could still go to Oscape. It is possible. I don't know what you do here as Ezzy. I'd have to see his hand to really know what I'd want to do. The way he wins at this point is the Fate deck reshuffle not hitting Panther / all-out attack and then, like, playing Raise. If you just get Joker low enough through, like, Raise or snipe a kill on Joker with Raise. We're going to see him play Nagaraja and then kill Akechi and Nagaraja to play Agathion, which is going to get him a power and give Agathion a strength, and that'll let him move Madarame or Okumura. It is going to be Madarame first. With Suki here, and with the setup, he has a move left, right? So he could, yeah, that gets Okumura at 8 and Shido at 9. So if he just moves, he's got game on board at Palaces. He's back to game on board. So it all comes down to this Fate, on if this Fate will actually stop him in some meaningful way or not. Will that thunder please stop? We've been having so many thunderstorms lately. Ooh, I think that's game. If you Mona him to Velvet Room, then he goes to Palaces. If you Mona him to Palaces, he goes to Velvet Room. He might not be able to kill both Mona and Joker in the same turn, but he will hit Showdown. I think the only way Oscape got out of this one was pulling Panther or all-out attack there. 3 cards out of 14 didn't get him. Not in his favor to get him. I think your best option is Mona, and then I'd probably put him at Palaces. No, that's not what Mona does, buddy. If only. I think he grabbed Madarame by mistake. And then Mona is going to be weak as heck. I wouldn't put him at Velvet Room. I'd put him at Palaces. He wins if you let him go to Palaces, I think. Well, no, he won't have the second Vanquish. Oscape is going to get to teleport, but this is 9 strength Shido, 9 strength Okumura, 9 strength Madarame. You Madarame in and take one from Shido, and Joker isn't enough to weaken him. We are going to see the coincidental to gain 2, and Aura is out, so that'll give another 1 power. Or no, Sebas is out, actually. And then teleport into Reastize and play Aura there. This game definitely could have gone to Oscape if Oscape... It's going to be Sorcerer King, dang. Yeah, this game absolutely could have gone to Oscape if Oscape had pulled Panther or all-out attack there, but he didn't get it. So, free kill on the cat. Move in them. Madarame takes one from Shido. That's showdown. We're going to see PDL get rid of... Time Magic is going to kill PDL, but it's going to get rid of those two... Whatchamacallits. There's no way that Oscape can get to Tin Renown and kill all three of these heroes. There's a very small world where Demiurge plus like a strategy meeting could maybe... I don't even think, because Sorcerer King is already in here. Like Lord of Nazarick is coming up. That's an easy way to get to. I think all the three coster... there's False Hero, but he's not set up for False Hero. He'd need the teleport like at Nazarick to get it all in one turn. And we are going to see Raze. So Raze out here basically means game. Honestly, I might not have played a card there just to guarantee that I'd have Cerberus next turn, to be honest. Royal Procession for free. You can very easily get it here, either with a move or a play a card. He's going to be playing Pandora to get Royal Procession. Crazy how close this game ended up being. Yeah, there's the all-out attack he needed if he had just gotten out of turn earlier. Yeah, cover Palaces. He'll just choose for Queen to die here. And then Joker goes to 3 strength. Move over the teleport. And then right back to Reastize. He has to fade every turn to have even a modicum of a chance. We're going to see him throw out Mare for 1. Raze is going to kill Queen, and Joker gets weaker. Does he have Cerberus in hand? Cerberus in hand means he wins. Otherwise, he just has to go to either gain 2 in Fate or gain 3 at Mementos so that he can also be discarding. Yeah, go to Mementos and get power. Probably move Shido Okumura or Madarame like back to Mementos so that you can easily move them into Palaces for a kill. Yeah, he's going to move Shido. Does he have the other Raze? I assume not, since he's not instantly playing it. If you don't have Raze or Cerberus in hand, you should discard your hand here. Discarding Chaotic Ambitions and whatnot. He's going to play Kopatengu. And you can move Shido over again. That's better coverage. He's not even using Kopatengu. He's just going to fuse out Kamoshida. That works just fine for the coverage then. Kamoshida, yeah, he's got the whole board covered. He just needs to draw Cerberus or Raze. If he draws Cerberus or Raze, then he can... or God of Control, so he can clash. You're going to see Political Intrigue here. Another very easy one to hit. If he doesn't have an ally to play, he can only hit it by not getting teleported. It looks like he doesn't have an ally, so he's probably not even going to go for it. Lord of Nazarick instant clears. That'll put him at 9. It's not impossible that Oscape could still pull this out. I'd be quite surprised, but it's possible. He only needs one more. I mean, he could get one more right now just with a move action, but then he doesn't get to teleport out. We're going to see Skull and Lavenza restored, so... yeah, you just put Skull at Palaces. Oscape has to win before Ezzy draws Rays of Control or other card. I think that Super Tier Magic is in the discard. If Super Tier Magic wasn't in the discard, he could like teleport. He could move an ally instead of teleporting to make sure that he gets into Showdown. Actually, you have Pandora's Actor. No, you move the teleport, and then you use Pandora's Actor to play someone to Erantel, and then you... I don't know what you teleport for at that point or where you teleport, but you can hit Showdown here easily with Pandora's Actor. There's no reason not to get into it. And then you use the teleport to discard your hand to draw... yeah, we're going to see him do Pandora's here. You use the discard to discard your hand to get a reshuffle so that you can cast shop Super Tier Magic as well as the other thing. Super Tier and Grass Part. Yeah, you want to reshuffle here so your cast shops turn on. And yeah, if he discards here, he actually has game on board. Go to Erantel, have Aura or Mare vanquish, or both of them together because Blue Roses are there. Have them vanquish both of them together. He's not going to put himself at Reastize because he wants to be able to go to Reastize, play the super kill card, and then have that vanquish open. We're going to see Palaces. That's going to kill Skull. Cerberus? Yes or no? He's fading, so he must not have Cerberus. We're going to see Frost Dragons. Did get a hero. Needed a hero, basically, here. He's going to take away all of his power. Where he puts Frost Dragons here could decide the game. It's going to be Nazarek. Ooh, stretch. I don't think Oscape can kill all 4 of these heroes in one go. I think Oscape needs one more turn. He is going to get to go to Reastize, though, and super tier it open, and then take the Vanquish action, probably Demiurge on the Frost Dragons. Actually, with Demiurge, you can play out one plan and then have Pleiades and the Death Knight kill Frost Dragons. And then it's just Albedo, and then you can go to Albedo and clash and get a Vanquish at the same time. He needs to pull a hero here, and he also needs Ezzy to have not drawn Cerberus. This is going to be insane if Oscape wins this. Hard discard. He's going to Fate. Does he get a hero? He does get a hero. Panther's ability doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, just put her at Palaces. Oh my goodness, I think Oscape is going to win this by the skin of his friggin' teeth. Does it matter if he puts her there? I don't think so. He's just going to do the Vanquish with Demiurge instead. So he's got game on board, so as he has to Fate if he doesn't have the win here. Oh, there was a Raise out. I didn't realize Raise was out. So it still just comes down to Joker is 1 strength 2 or 2 strength 2 high to clash. Right, Yaldabaoth's a 0. He did not draw Cerberus. He's going to Fate. I think that's game. There's nowhere you can put adventuring parties that they don't die. Wow. Wow, I can't believe Oscape won this. That's insane. I think that Ezzy really, I think that turn where he, played out Cerberus to no effect instead of doing the Abiran shuffle to have Nagaraja and Kopatengu still in his discard and all might have been what costed him. It's really hard to say because who knows how things would have played out, but I think that was definitely a factor. Yeah, there's nowhere you can put it. He just goes to Erantel, does the Vanquish, and then punches Albedo. Because Ainz is 6 strength in Showdown. That's game. There is at least 2 strength of a hero at every single location for the Vanquish, so it's over. Well, you know what? At least I'm going to get to my stream on time. I cannot believe that this ended with Ainz winning. In that mid-game, it really looked like... This just goes to show, always keep playing. And we're going to see the 18th Rantel and do the Vanquish and then Clash. What a game. What a crazy game. So that will be a 2-0 win for Oscape. Wild stuff. He still didn't have Cerberus in hand at the end there. He really needed God of Control or Cerberus to be able to get those extra kills. That's how Yaldabaoth... If anyone ever asks why is God of Control a card, it's because God of Control, if it had been in his hand at any point in this game, would have won it for him. Cerberus also would have won it for him. But, you know, having 2 cards that can win it for you is better than just 1. But, yeah, let's go take a look at the bracket and see how it's looking. And so with a very close 2-0 victory, Oscape will be moving on to the semifinals this year, as he unfortunately is out, despite some really good play this year. So we'll be seeing Oscape go up against D. Gessner in the semifinals, and we only have one more semifinalist to go, which we'll be seeing in the next match. I hope you're all very excited for it. So look forward to that, and I'll catch you next time for more Tournament Arc 2026. Until then, farewell.